Hey guys, it's John and Morgan with Longhaul Lifesavers, and welcome to another episode of Finally Friday.
Woohoo! We made it to the weekend.
So, if you can't tell in the background, our house is in a little bit of a disarray. And
no more Christmas tree.
Yeah, no more Christmas tree. But that is because we are packing up right now and getting ready to go to our next contract, which is going to be in Montgomery, Alabama. So if any of you guys are in Alabama and want to come see us, drop us a comment and we'd love to see you guys.
Yes, for sure.
As long as you're not a creeper. Then you will be asked to leave.
Speaking of people coming and seeing us, we got to hang out with Kelly and Johnny. Johnny has a channel, Johnny's Journey, and Kelly and Johnny do a live every Tuesday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure and check them out if you have not already.
It was fun hanging out with them, and we went to a couple stores, and I did some heavy damage to the credit card. But we will have a video of that, so I'm not going to talk anymore about it.
And we also did our very first collab ever.
Yeah.
So look forward to that coming out. We've already dropped a shorts video, actually two. One was like a behind the scenes and the other one was Johnny and John messing around. So
yeah. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
So we have quite a few cool videos coming out for you guys. So
yes.
Stay tuned for that.
Yes. I am ready for Montgomery just because I hope that the weather is much warmer.
I think it's going to. The temperature is like 60 or 70.
Well, I've been watching the last couple weeks and it's been consistently at least 15 degrees warmer there, but they had like a cold front this week, so I think it's going to be...
Well, good thing we're out there this week.
It's chillier than I would like it to be.
Yeah, well... You're really close to the coast, so maybe we can go down to Gulf Shores or something, or Pensacola. And...
Looking forward to that. I really want to take John to St. Augustine. I don't know if y'all have been to St. Augustine, but it's a really cool place. And his favorite show is Ghost Adventures. And if you've ever been to St. Augustine, you know that St. Augustine is known for like their ghost tours and the fort that's haunted and all that. So I would like to take him and do that.
So, the title of today's episode is Remember When. I was driving in the truck the other day and Alan Jackson's song Remember When came on. And I got to thinking about all the stuff that has changed so drastically, especially even from when we were kids. Mm-hmm. So that's what we're going to do today, is a little bit of Remember When reminiscing.
Yeah.
So what's something that you remember when... you were younger?
I remember when your parents would kick you out of the house and say go play because they were tired of you and they didn't want you in the house. And guess what? You went outside and played.
Yeah.
And then you came home for dinner.
Now today it's play on your tablet.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember when it was okay to just hop on your bike and ride wherever you wanted without any like
adult supervision.
Stop. Not necessarily adult supervision, but just now there's like a fear of getting kidnapped, and I'm sure that was all present back then, but it's not as bad as it is today.
I don't know.
Because I used to ride to my buddy's house when I lived in Dallas. I mean, Dallas is a big city, but I'd ride like 4 or 5 blocks over and go hang out at my buddy's house and just hang out there all day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I think that kids were more responsible back in the day. I don't know, like stranger danger, like we all knew what stranger danger was.
When it was like when the street lights came on, you better be home or you're gonna have a whooping.
Yeah.
Remember when you got the whoopings?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, when kids actually got their ass beat. Yeah.
The other one I loved growing up is my mom had a minivan, and anybody with a mom that had a minivan knows, remember when you did something in the back seat, like the far back seat, and somehow your mom's arm was like go-go gadget and could come all the way back there to correct your behavior. I
also remember when, so I spent the school year at my mom's in Dallas and then spent the summers in Indiana on the farm. Me and my cousin would just go out and build forts or like have BB gun fights. We literally shot each other with BB guns. We'd go camping with nothing. We'd like build our own little shelters and...
how about this one? Remember when you would go to the movies and then you had to use the payphone at the mall to call your parent to tell them to come get you?
Remember just going and hanging out at the mall?
Yeah.
Or like roller rinks.
Yes.
Like I don't know if that was big but in Dallas, like that was like, and then there was like a teenage nightclub thing that we'd go to.
I don't think they have those anymore. Yeah, the under 18 clubs.
Yeah, I got into a lot of fights there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what the one in Fort Wayne was called. Cloud 9, I think.
Ours was called Ungrounded.
Ungrounded. Oh, that's
Yeah.
cute. Yeah.
First time I ever broke a pool cue on someone's shoulder and ungrounded.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And I got kicked out for 2 weeks.
2 weeks, that's it?
2 weeks, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Remember when kids actually went to school?
Yeah.
Or remember when we didn't have to go in public and wear a mask? Or you were able to eat at a restaurant?
Here's another one that's kind of been annoying here lately. Remember when you used to be able to buy a handgun in any state, and now it can only be the state that your driver's license is in? Which I don't understand, because it's a federal background check, so it's federal, all the United States. So why can't you buy a gun in any state?
Right. Especially if you have a concealed permit and you can carry in that state.
Yeah, but you can't buy a gun.
But you can't buy a gun in that state. Makes no sense.
You can buy rifles, but it's an extended process.
Right.
But yeah.
But still, it makes no sense at all. I don't know like all the places you've lived, like if you ever had this, but do you remember the big square electrical boxes like that were in neighborhoods?
Oh yeah.
And remember when
you'd
call up your friends and be like, everybody meet there at 4 or whatever, and you know, and that was the meeting place. Yeah. And looking back, I'm like, maybe we shouldn't have been just climbing all over the electrical. What is it like? It's not a transformer. Is that what it? What's?
Yeah, it's a transformer for an underground electric line.
Yeah, and just sitting on it like it was, you know, a rock or something.
I remember when one of my best friends growing up, his name was Jonathan as well. Him and I. His dad had an old dirt bike, and we strapped it to our BMX bike and made our own little dirt bike, because the frame for his dad's dirt bike was all twisted, but the motor was still good. So we put the motor on our BMX bike, and that was fun.
What?
Yeah. We also hooked up a motor to a skateboard, and now that's like an actual thing. Yeah, it had a little hand trigger, so you'd,
Remember when you would fall down outside and get hurt, and your parents would say, rub some dirt in it?
Yeah. Do you remember where you were September 11th?
I do.
Where were you?
I was in history class in middle school.
I was also in history class in middle school.
Yeah.
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 Mr. Dials.
Yeah, Mr. Palmer was my history teacher. Yeah. And then we watched, so the first tower got hit and they turned the news on. And then the second tower got hit, and because they kept us all in our the classroom that it happened in, they didn't have us switch classes that day. And then the second tower got hit, and I went to a Catholic school, and they made all of us go to church, and we spent the rest of the day in church, basically in silence.
Did they close your school?
Not until the end of the day, but they kept us all in the church.
See, our school got closed.
Yeah.
Everybody had to come pick. Yeah, so my mom. It was like by noon, I think. We didn't even go to lunch.
Yeah.
And everybody had to pick us up, and then they had school closed for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, they let parents, like if the parents wanted to take the kid out of school, like the parents came, but like I said, all the kids were in the church, and then a lot of the parents ended up coming into the church with us. You know, and like being in middle school, like we understood how intense or scary the situation was, but I also didn't understand the magnitude of the situation, you know. And you look at all the parents that were showing up in the church, and they're all like praying like crazy and crying, and it was like, okay, like I get it's really serious, a lot of people died, but like you didn't realize the full impact of it.
And now it's not even being taught in history class.
Yeah, some schools don't teach it. Yeah,
because it's offensive. Feelings.
Remember when things weren't offensive?
Yeah, everybody wasn't butthurt about every little thing. I remember baling hay when I was younger. God, that sucked. The middle of summer in Indiana, which is 1,000% humidity, and it's like 98 degrees, and you're in a barn with no ventilation, no air, and then the heat that comes off the hay, and you have to salt the hay so it doesn't catch fire. Yeah. Woo. Glad them days are over. Yeah. We had a lot of fun. I mean, so I grew up in two completely polar opposite places.
Yeah.
Dallas, Texas, to like a farm that has... like 30 minutes is the closest town, so it's completely opposite. So there's a lot of things that I remember from Texas, and then a lot of things that I remember from Indiana that are complete polar opposite. Yeah.
Remember, okay, so John grew up split like that, and then I did too, with half my time in Indiana and some of my time in Florida. I don't know if you ever experienced this, but I remember when I would finish the school year in Indiana, the songs that were being played on the radio, and then I would go to Florida in the summer, and it was like totally different songs that I'd never heard of. I was like, wow, and everyone's like, this has been out for a while. And then I'd go back home to Indiana when the song would just come out in Indiana, like I already knew all the words.
Yeah.
And all the kids that I went to school with were like, how have you heard this song? I'm like, well, it's like 6 months old, you know?
Yeah.
So that was always a weird, which we still to this day, like, notice that a lot while we travel. Like, different parts of the country, different things it's like being tested in parts of the country. You know?
Well, I think I guess they're like more early released in bigger cities, and then it kind of filters out.
I guess. I don't know. But think about the news.
I don't know. Yeah. Well, that's different.
Yeah.
That's not entertainment necessarily.
Well, sometimes it's a clown show, so it might as well be.
Remember when they had cell phones hardwired into the cars? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when my mom had a big old block cell phone with the antenna, and she would hold it out the window, the antenna out the window while she'd talk and drive. Yeah. Remember when you didn't have to wear a seatbelt?
I remember my mom always scaring the shit out of me every time she drove because she would drive with her knees while she's talking on the cell phone and eating and putting on makeup.
Your mom is still a scary driver. Your mom is a Texas driver through and through.
Yeah.
Like, just floor it and get out of the way. Like.
So my grandparents' house, you'd pull up to the front driveway and it was big French doors, and then there was like a hallway that led to another set of French doors that go to the backyard, and me and my cousins would open up both sets of doors and ride our little Tonka trucks through the house into the backyard, and we had like a circuit track that we'd ride back and forth.
Yeah. I don't know if you ever had this, but remember when families would like drive around and look at Christmas lights?
Yeah.
And,
we did hayride.
And
stuff.
that's what, when I was little, in Florida, my dad would fill the bed of the truck with hay, and like everybody would get in the bed of the truck and he would drive through neighborhoods. And I remember thinking, because I mean, this was like little, like 5 years old little, and before that, you know, and I would think, God, I want to see snow. Like we got to see all the Christmas lights, and I'd seen snow on TV. And I thought that was really cool. The washing machine started and it was shaking. So anyways, I wanted to see snow so bad. And then we moved to Indiana, and then I saw snow. And then I didn't like snow. And now you
don't want to see snow
I
ever
hate
again.
snow so much. So what I would give to just ride around in a truck in Florida to look at Christmas lights.
Remember when I didn't have to wear glasses?
Yeah.
That was nice. I can't wait to get this LASIK surgery.
Mm-hmm. Remember when you didn't have gray hair?
Yeah.
Or remember when we could eat anything we wanted and stay skinny?
Like when I was driving yesterday, like I said, that song came on and just started reminiscing, and I thought it'd be a cool video.
Yeah. So tell us what you remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see things we have in common, or things that we've forgotten about, or, you know.
Yeah.
We can't wait to show you guys our next setup in Montgomery.
Yeah. Hopefully it is not raining tomorrow so that we can shoot the hookup video, because we have been trying to shoot this hookup video since we started this YouTube channel, and it has rained every single time. So hopefully we can get that content out to you guys if it doesn't rain tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of cool videos coming out here shortly. Stay tuned for some of those.
When he says tomorrow, that's technically today for this video, because we're shooting early. It's Thursday, and it's.
Well, really, we always shoot these on. If you haven't noticed by now, our videos post at like 5 a.m. in the morning, and we're not getting up that early on Friday morning, so these are all shot on Thursday. So if you haven't learned that by now,
surprise!
Yeah. We said spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, yeah. But so tomorrow, which is really today for this video, we're going to be in our new home. Yeah. Are you excited to be there for 5 months, or are you kind of like dreading
5 months is kind of like, God, I can barely tolerate 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
But it is going to be beneficial for me trying to change my profession, so that's gonna be a little better for us.
So I gotta tell you all, his very last day at work, I drive there to pick him up, and I'm in the parking lot, and he comes out and gets in the truck, and like when he came out, I noticed that there was lights inside the hospital that like had just started flashing, like right as he walked out the door. And so he gets in the truck, and we were ordering some pizza from Domino's, and so he was on the app and the phone doing it, and I'm sitting there staring at the hospital, and I was like, I said, is that normal? And he looks up and he's like, don't know, don't care, I'm off, I'm done. Hospital could burn for all I care. 2 minutes after that, not even 2 minutes, 30 seconds after that, in pulls the fire department. And I was like, John, what did you do?
Not me. I did not do anything.
Sure.
I didn't. I promise.
Could you?
I wanted to.
No, could you imagine like walking out your last shift and just grabbing a hold of the?
Well, it's like that scene in Batman where the Joker's walking out and like
just shit blowing up everywhere.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today's episode. Thanks for watching. Until next time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and then head on over to Instagram and follow us at Longhaul Lifesavers. See you guys.
Bye.
Dunzo.